Jackson Smith and Gabe Arnold, Eddie Culkins. These two wrestlers have some history together.
Hey guys, Jackson and Gabe, they both grew up in Georgia. They wrestled for the same club team. That's Level Up Wrestling. They are longtime friends, but they've only wrestled in workouts. This is their first time in competition. Maryland head coach Alex Clemson said that this week he was really hoping Gabe would go, and he got his wish. He said he thinks everybody in America would like to see this matchup. And I spoke to Gabe's dad, Phil, last night. He told me that this will never define them. Each one has helped them become who they are today. This match will only make them stronger, regardless of the outcome. And Ryan and James, I was watching them warm up. They were giving each other the side eye. They're ready for this one.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Eddie. Yeah, you can imagine that this is a special one for these two Georgians. We thank you for that work, and we thank Phil Arnold for his help with this, as well as sending in some videos of Smith and Arnold competing against each other in Georgia. But a special moment, the first time they've gone to get up against each other in a dual match setting, James.
Definitely a full circle deja vu moment, Ryan, out here on these mats, and this time in Maryland.
Work center.
Neither one's home, but now Jackson Smith calls this place home.
Gabe Arnold from Albany, Georgia, and Maryland captain Jackson Smith from Cartersville, Georgia, and Woodland High School. Back into the middle to reset it.
And Coach Clemson obviously verbally upset with the referee. No points were given to either Arnold or Smith on that last one.
Some discussion between Clemson and the referee crew, but they'll reset it in the middle. 42 seconds in here between Smith and Arnold. A top 11 battle in the nation's premier collegiate wrestling conference, the Big Ten.
Good with that.
Both wrestlers trying to establish wrist control here. How critical is that? This one, I mean, Ryan, I think this goes down to the third period. I don't know if either guy's gonna let each other get the pin.
Okay.
Well, that's
for sure.
That's hopefully how the script writes itself, right? Between Arnold and Smith. Again, two guys who have so much history from their young wrestling days in Georgia competing against each other. But finally, they share the mat here, going up against one another.
Know a lot about each other, I'm sure, but things change over the years as too, Ryan. So the techniques, the tactics, things you use to get the other wrestler in a dominant position.
So far, feeling out halfway through the first period for Arnold and Smith. And we thought, James, we might see Gabe Arnold on Friday against Penn State, but instead it's Iowa head coach Tom Brands who ends up making a different call at 184. He put his freshman Angelo Ferrari in there, and we referenced it earlier, but that was part of the load management that they wanted for Arnold to be in peak form for the Big Ten championships at Northwestern this year, and then all the way to Philly for the NCAAs.
Exactly right, Ryan, and we're supposed to see Arnold versus Starace. Did not see that matchup like we anticipated it, but how about a shout out to Angelo Ferrari?
Yeah.
The freshman did not let Starace get even a single takedown.
Not even a takedown.
It was
no.
Impressive. His flexibility on the mat to stay away from that, keep his leg out instead of allowing Starace to get him in that advantageous position.
Still no score here between Smith and Arnold. Smith thought he had a takedown for a second, tries for double leg again, and this one will go all the way to the mat side seats.
And now get the butter and popcorn out, Ryan. This one's going to turn into a movie. These two wrestlers are just getting familiar with each other once again, but it's going to get aggressive here.
We've seen a couple buzzer beater takedowns so far between Maryland and Iowa. Again, 7 matches through, and the Hawkeyes holding a 13-point advantage over Maryland.
It's interesting, Ryan, coming from just a small gym where you're working out. No fans there, just your other peers, and to a packed place here in College Park.
Arnold has Smith's right leg, but Smith bailed out by the buzzer. You see Maryland head coach Alex Clemson. This was the call that frustrated him earlier, James.
Defer to green.
I don't know what he's looking for. I think he's upset that Arnold's playing on the outside of the mat.
Go ahead, Green.
I think that was a quick whistle maybe as well for Clemson. They were scrapping outside the circle. It's maybe Smith who had the advantage in that sequence, but the whistle quickly comes near the scorer's table and reset things into the middle of the center mat.
It's tough, Ryan, because the referees are looking, because both these wrestlers are playing on the outside of the mat. One has their feet in bounds, the other has their feet out, and then it swaps. It's tough for the referees here, and such a big matchup, too.
Arnold earned the escape point after starting the second period on bottom. Only point so far between Jackson Smith and Gabe Arnold at 184.
Work center, guys.
Discussion about getting back into the middle
Work center.
between Arnold and Smith. Smith, just a few weeks removed now from his Big Ten Wrestler of the Week selection for the week of January 16th. First time in his career, the redshirt junior earned that award.
Green.
Anyone's fight here between Arnold and Smith. James, at some point in this second period, you're going to want to see one of these guys be the aggressor and go for a shot.
Yeah, you got to think that's coming soon, though, Ryan. But something just recognized, both these wrestlers have had approximately the same time off in terms of, obviously, Iowa just faced Penn State on Friday, but Arnold didn't wrestle like we talked about. So it's not, who's more exhausted in this competition, is who's got more fire and who wants this all-time win that goes back to childhood history.
Right. Both Georgians fighting for something that you got to think, James, that they've been talking about this and trash-talking each other about this for years to come.
Oh, I'm sure they've been, in each other's messages, DMs, talking about, good job, man, I saw your big win, but now this one's personal.
Smith tried to go for a shot right there.
Also here.
Well defended by Arnold. You mentioned the time Arnold's had off. His last time out was a sudden victory decision win over Ohio State's Ryder Rogotsky. You're right, about the same time was when Smith had a decision win, a top 10 win over Edmund Ruth in Illinois. So both guys coming off of close ranked wins. Some serious time off, and now they're ready for each other.
That one's going to wrap up the second period here, Ryan. I'm waiting for a takedown, man, salivating at the mouth to try and see which wrestler is going to, make the first move. We haven't seen any crazy action yet, but some near takedowns.
Just 1 point awarded to Gabe Arnold via the escape early in the second period. It's because he started on bottom, which is where Jackson Smith starts now, one of the best in the country at doing just that. Winning with the hands, and they tie it up at 1. Not a second of riding time on the board yet because neither wrestler has been able to earn a takedown.
And they're working for it. They just know they got to take the right shots because in matches like these, Ryan, there's maybe only 1 or 2.
Fingers. Keep it clear, guys.
So going at the wrong time, giving the other player, wrestler in this instance, the advantage, that could be the only takedown of the match.
Bring it in here, guys.
Right now, that looks like that's what's going to happen.
Watch out for the fingers.
This one could go to OT, too, because there's not a single second of riding time.
That would be a fun one
Sudden death.
say that as an understatement between Smith and Arnold in front of a good contingent of traveling Iowa fans and Maryland fans that made the trip over to College Park. For this.
I think this one's tri-state, too, Ryan. You got the Georgians coming in here, too, probably
I
trying
know,
to watch
right?
this one.
Either that or we appreciate them tuning in here on Big Ten Plus for 2 of their very own at 184. Albany, Georgia's Gabe Arnold and Cartersville's Jackson Smith. Defended well by Smith outside the circle. Arnold with a push at the end. And they'll just reset things in the middle. And it's getting pushy here between these two sides, and the Xfinity Center Pavilion crowd can feel it. They raise under their feet. Final minute of the third period. This is what you want when Iowa comes to town to take on Maryland. Hard-nosed Big Ten wrestling between the Terps and the Hawkeyes. Who can convert on just one single takedown, James, you think could be the difference maker here? Final 40 seconds.
This one kind of changes the trajectory a little bit of the last couple matches we have here on the ballot as well.
Work center, guys. Work center.
This match has a lot more than just meets the eye in terms of the overall scoreboard.
Still 2 more on deck, but all eyes on this one between Smith and Arnold. Arnold's fighting outside the circle, and the whistle called quickly to reset things at center block with 20 seconds left in regulation.
That's on you. You got to keep them on. Okay.
Arnold and Smith. This one looks destined for sudden victory. That's what we thought could happen between these two Georgians before this one even got underway. 2 seconds, 1 second, the third period buzzer sounds. And for the first time this afternoon between Iowa and Maryland, we're heading for sudden victory wrestling.
This is where things get interesting, Ryan. This whole match has gotten the crowd elated and off their feet. This is what collegiate wrestling's all about.
Buckle up, partner. A fun one in store here. 2 minutes on the clock for Gabe Arnold and Jackson Smith. And if it was any bout that it would come down to sudden victory, we hoped the script said it would be this one. as it is. Gabe Arnold and Jackson Smith at 84. Iowa's led so far on the team scoreboard, but that doesn't matter for either side. They want this one at the 8th bout. Outside the circle, bring it back into the middle.
Work center, guys. Set.
A takedown for either 184 wrestler will do it. Both teams watching on with intrigue. Fans are barely able to stay in their seats here. Will it be the yellow and black who rises and cheer, or is it the Maryland fans who pick up a big win at 84 for their guy, the captain, Jackson Smith? Arnold on top, and a whistle will set things back. 64 seconds in the first Sun victory period.
And this one's close, Ryan. They're trying to get close to us at the announcer's table here.
Two bigger guys in the 84 class, but they have the speed and finesse, James, to be running around the mat, as we've seen all bout.
Stay on the mat, Green. Stay on the mat, Red. Work center. Work center here. Work center.
Defended well by Smith.
Work center here.
Arnold's been in control so far in the overtime period. Smith goes for the left leg. And again, the whistle says they go too far out of bounds. Each wrestler, everything they have against their hometown counterpart in the state of Georgia.
Both wrestlers taking it personal.
30 seconds in the first overtime period.
One man's coming out on top, Ryan. That's the best and worst part about this match, is that somebody's got to win.
A bout of the year candidate here between Gabe Arnold and Jackson Smith.
Just
one wrestler has to come out victorious.
a couple seconds left in the Sun victory period first.
So Gabe Arnold and Jackson Smith, they'll flip the coin and head to another 30 seconds between this packed, sold-out crowd, Eddie Calkins, and they're excited for this 184 bout.
Yeah, this is no surprise. Arnold's dad said that they were both a couple of OGs from Georgia. The pad on its feet, nothing else for these two. This is in the moment right now for them.
Thanks so much, Eddie. This is some OG-style wrestling.
This is tough now. Jackson cannot let Gabe Arnold get away, and that'll give Arnold the 1 point.
Arnold earns the escape. Clemson quickly up to his feet on the Maryland bench.
Clock's not.
Okay.
Doesn't look right here. Listed here at the Xfinity Center. This one is correct, though.
They'll have some discussion about it in just a moment as they try to bring it back to the center. And so after Arnold had the opportunity on bottom and escapes,
No, it was 7.
Smith will have the same. And how lightning quick to earn that 1 point. Remember, to start the third period, it took Jackson Smith just seconds to get the escape on Gabe Arnold.
A challenge.
Brands is arguing that they had the 5 seconds, so you're right, Iowa does throw their challenge block. Remember, for collegiate wrestling, you get 1 challenge per match. If you use it successfully, you'll keep it. But if you use it and the call stands against your favor, you lose the challenge. So they'll decide to use it at 84. Really the first opportunity either team's had to throw the block, but it couldn't come in a bigger moment here between Jackson Smith and Gabe Arnold entering the second sudden victory at 84.
These two are going to war, man. This is, I mean, the coaches are telling them different strategies and things to use. I don't know how much of it is going, through the years. It's about who wants it more at this point. This is a dog-eat-dog match, and I'm sure these wrestlers are happy they get a little bit of a break, though, Ryan, as the official review is going to take a couple minutes, I'm sure.
We're taking a look at that, but James, I think this is fair to say this is the 6th of 7 home matches Maryland will host this season, and this has been the most exciting single bout that we've seen so far at the Xfinity Center Pavilion in the 2024-25 season. It comes at 184 between Gabe Arnold and Jackson Smith. Again, 2 Georgia wrestlers who grew up wrestling within the same club programs against each other. They'll take a look again if the riding time was correctly called. That's what they're looking at right now to see if Smith did hold on for long enough.
Okay, let's do it in 6 seconds. 6 6 seconds on that.
It's tough, man. Looks like this one's about to get back underway. The referees are walking back out on the mats. Here's another look at that riding time. 2, 3,
After further review,
4,
there's 6 seconds
5.
of riding time. 6 seconds.
So here right there, 6 seconds of riding time will be adjusted for Jackson Smith. Smith having a word with his head coach,
Let down.
Alex Clemson.
Looks like Jackson's going to choose the down position. Here's
He will.
Smith. This may decide it, Ryan. Depends how long it takes Smith to get away.
How quick are Jackson Smith's hands? Up to his feet, working on Gabe Arnold's hands. Arnold picks him up, and Smith still fighting with those hands. Outside the circle, 3 seconds of riding time for Arnold, and Clemson will throw that challenge block right into the middle. He thought it was an illegal hold against Gabe Arnold, and the way the riding time was going up against Jackson Smith.
Very close. If we can get another look at that locked hands. Looks like you could see it here. Arnold does have that lock in, but it's mostly the wrist lock. I think that's what Clemson of Maryland, Coach Hick Clemson, is challenging. Not sure if it's the riding time.
Saying it's an overlocked hands on Gabe Arnold.
Yeah, let's go back here.
Some discussion as well between Maryland's bench and Iowa's bench. You know, when Big Ten foes come to town, it means a little bit more in the nation's premier wrestling conference.
This one's about proving something, Ryan. Not just about, you know, Iowan history and what they've done to Maryland over the years. This one's personal. It's about each victory and about the guys that are out there on the mat bleeding and sweating to get wins.
Try to see if there's an interlock against Gabe Arnold.
Doesn't look like there's any lock. It's grabbing that wrist, which isn't illegal. It's about the hands locking together. I don't think we saw that at all on the replay. So I think Coach Clemson is going to lose this challenge.
So reminder, we still have 2 bouts to go after this one. It's Chase Milnick for Maryland going up against #1 Stephen Buchanan, the second at 197. And we finish off with heavyweight, where Iowa's Ben Keister has a ranked matchup against Maryland's Seth Nevels. But it's hard to even focus or think about those two coming up, partner, because this one has been more than exciting between Jackson Smith and Gabe Arnold in front of a Xfinity Center pavilion. You see right there where there is not an open seat in the house.
Not at all, Ryan. I was thinking about sitting in the stairwell between these two bleachers. I mean, there's nothing. It's spotless. Can't even fit a drink between 2 people. And I don't think I've seen Jackson Smith or Gabe Arnold make eye contact once in the last couple minutes.
It's Big Ten wrestling at its finest here from the Xfinity Center Pavilion in College Park. And they will say there is no interlock. So they'll reset at the middle, because you remember they went outside the circle when that call happened. Maryland loses its challenge for the final 2 bouts and the remainder of this one at 184. Gabe Arnold up 2-1 on Smith. Smith needs a quick escape again. But Arnold just looks to bring him back to the mat. Smith to his feet. A return by Arnold. The swipe comes.
3, 1.
Arnold's taking the aggressor in the final seconds of this extra period. 21 seconds of riding time now, you see.
Yeah, both went out there, and Arnold is coming aggressive in this last one. Unfortunately for Smith, he's got to get the bottom again.
Cover.
Does have a chance to get that point, though, back.
Smith looks for the reversal, but can't do so in a clash of 2 Georgians facing off for the first time. Couple high fives between Smith and Arnold. Friends now, the competition's over, but a decision win for Gabe Arnold and a tightly contested 184 bout.